The project product description is actually a description of the main product. And believe it or not, we don't have to go into too much detail. For example, if you ever rented a house or bought a house, you will notice that the information which you first got in the house is probably about a page or a page and a half. Or if you go and buy a portable PC, you actually look at the technical specification page, which is perhaps just one page. So that's really all we need to know to get a good idea on what the main project will be. So for a definition, the project product description is a high level document about the main product that's going to be produced by the project. It defines what the project must deliver in order to gain acceptance. So we hand it over at the end of the project. And it usually defines the scope, the requirements, and very importantly, the quality expectations. So the quality criteria or the quality expectations and the acceptance criteria, which is very much linked with each other, the acceptance method and acceptance responsibilities. So how it will be handed over and the checklist that we will go through in order to make sure that we have delivered the product as expected. So let's take a look at a sample project product description in UPrince. So I click on here, and then we see the structure of the document here on the side, the purpose composition. So we start off with the title. So it's a very simple title. Then the purpose, I will read it. The purpose of the PENS project will be to provide a constant reminder of our company to most of our clients and reduce the loss of maintenance contracts renewals by about 50% the next year. The composition, so these are the main parts which make up our product. So we evaluate some pens, that will take some time, and then we choose a pen, so again that will take some time. Then we review our client list of who we're going to give a pen to, and we make sure that we distribute these pens to whichever client we decide. So that's basically it. The derivation is actually the source data, the things that we need in order to create this product. So we need some catalogs in order to be able to choose a pen, and we need our existing client lists. We'll ask our marketing department for that. If we have development skills required, and then these are the customer quality expectations. So for example, the pen has got to be a quality looking pen, and we have to have a way of checking that. We have to have a 5-year guarantee. So that will be supplied, let's say, by the provider. He has to show that it's there's a 5-year guarantee. The logo has to be displayed on the pen for a given amount of time, and we can also write that in, and so on. So those are the must-haves. These are the should-have requirements, and these are the could-have. So these actually are the important ones which we have to mainly do in the project. These top ones here. Okay, so that's a good way to divide it up. And then at the bottom, and these are all related because here we're adding more information. So, for example, the acceptance criteria, we say we need a pen. It's a quality looking pen. It has to look good, and it has to look as if it's going to cost more than 10 euros. So we will ask, let's say, 8 to 10 people, what did they think of the price of this pen, or how much they think it'll cost, and they all have to say, or 8 out of 10 people have to say, well, it's probably over 10 euro of a value. Then we know that it's a quality looking pen. And we put in different quality criteria for that and show how we're going to test it and who's going to be responsible. Okay, so that's the layout of this document. And then when we're at the end of the project, when we're closing down the project and we're handing, let's say, we want to show that the project was a success, then we go through this criteria, this acceptance criteria with the client, the department that asked for this project, and we check it off one by one. Okay, so that's a simple overview of the project product description. Perhaps the last point is to mention that you can see that we do not need lots and lots of pages of information. We can actually get away with this. Is probably could fit on an A4 or let's say 2 A4s. So that's all. Okay, so that's it for the project product description.